Hey guys, it's Yellow Brick Bullion. It's Sunday evening, and I've been following a news story for a couple weeks now. And I know this isn't really related to stacking, but it's my channel, so no, I'm kidding. I've been thinking a lot about um, protection of our freedoms, and I know a lot of people who stack are people who have studied the Constitution. You've read the Federalist Papers. You're someone who's informed politically, and while this certainly isn't a political channel, um, I think it's important to point out events that are happening in our culture right now. And right now in California, there are several uh, large churches that are being prohibited from gathering. John MacArthur at Grace Community Church is one example. They had an injunction today not allowing them to meet, and yet they continued to meet. They've had a parking lot that they've been renting from the city for like 40 plus years, and because of the church continuing to meet, the lease for the parking lot wasn't renewed, and there's been all sorts of challenges to them. While the what's happening in California does certainly seem like bullying or persecution on the government toward the churches. And it's not just John MacArthur's church, there's other churches where this is taking place. And it got me thinking about our freedoms and where our rights come from. Our founding fathers believed that they didn't give us our rights, but that what the government's responsibility was to recognize the rights that God had given to us. And one of those rights is the right to worship, the right to worship freely, the right to peaceable assembly. And so Grace Community Church is exercising that right. And certainly there's been tough arguments on either side about whether or not they're endangering their community by continuing to have church. And yet when you look at that, you see that restaurants are open, the bars are open, you can go and shop at the grocery stores, you can go to work, and yet they're trying to close Grace Community Church. Here I popped up a picture. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or of the right of the people to peaceably assemble. And so I just wanted to take a minute and bring this to your attention in case you weren't already aware. Maybe you go to church, maybe you don't, but if you do, recognize that that is a privilege, and maybe you don't take it lightly. Also, I read a quote a few years ago that said, our freedoms are never taken away from us. They are simply surrendered because we quit using them. And so it's important that we appreciate our freedoms and that we use our freedoms. And if you're a praying person, maybe say a prayer for John MacArthur and the other pastors who are making difficult decisions right now, caring for their flock, caring for their community. All the bad numbers are up. Alcohol addiction is up, drug addiction is up, suicide is up, depression is up. And so it's important that we have churches and pastors who are doing things to help feed the soul and the spirit, so that we can survive this, and so that people can make it through. Also, if you're hurting, if you need someone to talk to, send me a message. Love you guys. Yellow Brick Bullion signing out.